Hi, it's Louisa Zakis from RP Nutrition. Thanks for joining us for another one of our weekly videos. Today we're going to talk about labels. Now, hopefully you're eating real ingredients, real foods, but sometimes we do need to have something processed in a package for the sake of convenience, road trip or vacation or something else. So I wanted to talk to you about some things here I have in the home that we use for road trips and other convenience foods. One thing I actually don't have in the home is Nutri-Grain bars. You heard of Nutri-Grain bars, and they are presented as a very healthy bar for adults and kids alike. Well, I definitely beg to differ. I do not have one in the house, but I printed a label. Now I want to talk to you about what's on that label of the Nutri-Grain bar. First thing is enriched flour. Enriched flour, what they do is they take out all the nutrients of the flour and add preservatives and chemicals to the flour, which is actually in the form of artificial vitamins. So that's what enriched flour is, so we definitely don't need that in our home. We also have corn syrup, vegetable oil, and soybean oil, all GMO ingredients, so we like to skip that as well. Artificial natural flavors, always stay away from those. Carrageenan, a preservative we do not need. Dextrose, fructose, cornstarch. Also, sweeteners made from corn. So this ingredient, this Nutri-Grain bar is high in GMO, so I definitely would not buy it for the family. And also red 40, the colors are in there. So Kellogg's Nutri-Grain strawberry or any other thing, I would really find something better. Now what we have here in our home is we have this Nature's Bakery fig bar. Now this is a much better option. It's not still real food, but it's a quick, easy to go that's much better for you. Now what this has is cane sugar, a much more digestible sugar for your family. Rice starch. Rice starch is okay, but if you're sensitive to rice or grains, you want to be careful with this one. Also has fruit juices, but it does have natural flavors. So you have to be careful, but natural flavors can contain MSG. So just be careful when you're buying something. If you could buy something without natural flavors, a much better option. Okay, this somehow ended up in our home. And what this is, these are something that I actually did buy for the kids when they were really little, because it's really easy to give your kids a graham cracker. Now what's in this particular graham cracker right here? So it's got canola oil. Canola is made from the rapeseed plant. So it's also a GMO product. We do not want those, so it's not really a good idea for you and your family. Soybean oil, more GMO. It also has enriched flours, but one thing it has too, which I'm a little surprised at, is sulfites. Sulfites are preservatives they add to mostly cold cuts and hot dogs. For some reason they have them in here, so not the best thing for you. This is something that's a little better. And what I like about this, it's got just real ingredients on the label, okay? So we have wheat, organic wheat, and we have sugar and butter and brown sugar, and everything else is understandable. No crazy ingredients that we don't understand. So that's why to me it's a better option, but also actually has coconut too, which is really good for you. And coconut's the first ingredient. So a good option for your family if they're okay with gluten. This is another good snack for us. This has a lot of seeds. It's got the pumpkin seeds, and also dark chocolate, which can be good for you. But it also has rice and some grains. Let's see, rice would be something that is fine, again, unless you're sensitive to the grains. So here my son asked me to buy this today at Costco. So what's contained? This is a Naked brand, which is a pretty decent brand. It's got chicory root, which is good for you. It's got coconut. It's got a lot of sweet fruit juices, so that might be a little bit tough. But it does also have natural flavors. So I didn't read the label before I bought it, but that's what you should do, read the label. So yes, a pretty decent ingredient, but sometimes the natural flavors will take it over the top and make it not so good for you. Over here we have a good one. If you're not sensitive to almonds, I love what's in here, okay? It says it right on the back, right here, easy to read, tapioca starch, cassava flour, organic sunflower oil, sea salt, organic onion, organic garlic, and rosemary extract, and almonds, and that's it. So it's really awesome. This brand is a really good brand for just having basic ingredients and nothing fancy, nothing you can't understand, nothing enriched, nothing GMO. So if you've never seen this before, you might want to buy this. And this is another one of my latest favorites here. So it's actually grass-fed beef, and it's also got onion and pepper and nutmeg and parsley, but nothing else. Nothing else is in this beef stick except for real whole ingredients that we understand. So when you're reading the label, just be careful. Don't just go to the front, go to the back of your food and see what the back has to say. Again, you want to be careful of corn syrup or high fructose corn syrup. and soybean and canola oil, which is GMO, dextrose as well, and natural and artificial flavors or colors too. Enriched flour, and also the dyes, red dye, blue dye, yellow dye, sulfates, which are in cold cuts. So my advice is always read the label. If you can't read it, please don't eat it. Thanks for joining us tonight.